We've had a really busy deadline day. We've had some big name players leave the club and we've spent over £30 million. Welcome back then guys to the Red Del Revival, now here for episode 43 of our Road to Glory series here with Kaiserslautern on FM21. And as I've just mentioned in the intro, deadline day was very busy, a lot busier than I had even intended it to be. Before we get into this episode today though guys, if you missed the last one where I of course went through the majority of our transfers and obviously kicked off the Bundesliga season, we took on Borussia Dortmund, link right above me, so you can click on that and go back to see exactly what took place and who joined and who left the club. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, do make sure to drop a like down onto it. And if you are looking forward to seeing any more of my content, such as the Red Del Revival, maybe any more of my FM21 guides videos, or my tactics series, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell to be notified whenever my content here on YouTube goes live. Now, I will get into who has joined and who has left the club very shortly, but of course I had planned today for us to play both the Bundesliga game with Bremen and the Europa League match, which we will start off our group stage game, which will actually be with Atalanta. But today, because of the transfers with the deadline day, I'm going to go through all of that and we're just going to play Bremen today, and the next episode we will do the Europa League game and then the following Bundesliga game as well. I'll run through exactly all of our results we've had also between last episode and this one, but let's get into the transfers and I'll show you exactly who has joined, who has left. We brought in over £40 million on deadline day and spent over 30. Overall, 7 players either joined or left the club. It was a bit bonkers. I had thought everything was done and dusted, and then clubs just started bidding for all of our players and we had to then get players in to then replace them. So in terms of who's left, I'll run through that first of all. We had Lee Bailey and Kyle Wozencroft, 2 youngsters with the team, both English players, and both are picked up by Hertha Berlin and Hoffenheim for quite large fees. I don't really quite understand why so much was paid for them, but I found it hilarious that they did, because both of them, they got a bid of about, I think, just over 10, and I just said over 30 million for both, and then both teams agreed a deal with me. So we had Lee Bailey, who's gone to Hertha Berlin, and he left for about 19-20 million pounds, which could rise up to 34.5 million in various add-ons and sell-on fees and everything else like that. I don't know why Hertha Berlin is like spunking money on players who are not worth it whatsoever, but a player who we got in on a free transfer from TNS has now left for 20 million, possibly as much as 35. We then did the same with Kyle Wozencroft, who again came from TNS. TNS in Wales seem to develop really good youngsters, it would appear. He is not that great. He's okay as either a defender or maybe a DM. Apparently also plays attacking midfielder. I wouldn't ever play him there personally, but he played, I think, 4 or 5 times for us, if I remember rightly. And Hoffenheim paid 18.25 million for us, and it will rise possibly up to 28. Actually, no, in the case of Wozencroft, actually, we paid £250,000. But even so, we have made an absolute ton of money on both Wozencroft here and Lee Bailey, and once again, I don't understand why. As I said earlier, they bidded about 12 million quid. I asked for 30, they gave me 28. I don't understand. I do not understand it at all. They are not worth it whatsoever. We then also loaned out a youngster to I think a non-league German side, Albstadt. He's gone on loan. He wanted to go on loan, Jürgen Winkler, so he's gone out. But then the big name, who I'm sure you are all going to miss, but you may agree why we let him go, Titus Karapikas has gone. He's actually gone to Werder Bremen, who we are playing today, which is specifically why I wanted to make sure we did place them on camera so we can see him hopefully playing up against us. But he was making a lot of mistakes, especially the end of last season. He was a little bit frustrated. He came to me in the summer. He asked if he could go. I said if we get given more than £10 million, he was valued about 3, I'll let him go. We got offered 7.5 million up front from Bremen, and it could rise up to 12.5. I felt it was fair. There is also a sell-on fee as well. I believe about 30% sell-on fee if they do sell him. So he has finally left the club. It is a shame. It really is. But he wanted to go. If I said no, he would have got the arse and would have played like crap anyway. So it felt like the right thing to do. So those are the 4 players who have left. And overall, I'm not too upset about them going. We've got in an absolute ton of money. Over 40 million. It could rise up to about 60 from them if all the various bonuses do end up coming in. So pretty happy with that. We then signed 3 new players. With Bailey going out, we need a new midfielder, and I think you'll agree we've made a bit of an improvement on him. Hikmet Gumus, I think it's how Gumus. I'm not sure, he's Turkish. I'm going to call him Hikmet because I can't pronounce his first name. If you have any idea how to pronounce it, do chuck it down in the comments. I don't have a clue. I don't know Turkish. But he is a really good player. He's 19 years of age. We signed him for £15 million. It could rise up to 21. You can see just how good he was over in Besiktas, over in Turkey. And yeah, basically he's coming in, plays Mazzala on the left on attack. And he's phenomenal in that role, and he's only 19 years of age. He's also a resolute personality. He's got 17 flair, which I love. And yeah, I think he's going to be quite good. He's on a big old wage, 45 grand a week, which I think might be our highest paid player. But he is a cut above the rest. He most certainly is, old Hikmet here. He's also already capped for Turkey and scored for the national team. So he's got a lot of pedigree. He most certainly has. Next on the list is a player who I knew we were going to need to replace Krapikas, and I think who we've got in is definitely going to work in the long term, but maybe the short term he may struggle a little bit. And his name is Steven Schulz. He's German. He's come from VVV Venlo over in the Netherlands for £15.75 million. He is our record signing currently, and it was all up front. It was his release fee. It was the only thing we could get him for. He's 3-star ability. He's probably not as good at the moment as Krapikas, but he is 19 years of age, and again, he's German. So, yeah, this is Steven, and I think he's going to be quite good. I really do. Of course, he's a natural goalkeeper. We'll play him as a sweeper keeper on support. He still isn't bad with his passing. He's got 8 first touch, 11 pass, which is not bad at all. Vision could be a little bit better, but I am training him in those areas. So hopefully over time he will get better. A lot of the 12s and 13s and his technicals will go up to, say, 16s, 15s. And if they do, he's going to be a very good player. He's already got 16 reflexes and 15 handling at only 19 and 16 decision makers. So that is all going to get a lot better by the time he's 24, 25. So that there is Schultz, and I think a really good option for us going forward. The final player we brought in, of course, with Rosencroft going out, he wasn't the starter, but we needed to get another backup centre-back in. I brought in Lucas Mühl from Wolfsburg, and I think he's a good option. He comes in only for £2 million. He's a German homegrown player, unlike Rosencroft, and he's decent. He does the job. He's only on 9 grand a week as well, so he's on a really cheap wage, a really, really cheap player, and we made a ton of money on Rosencroft, and this guy comes in just to sit on the bench, so I'm pretty happy with that. But that is all of our transfers. Of course, the window is officially closed, and all of those 7 transfers happened on deadline day itself. It closed at 6 o'clock, and we got all these deals over the line. I don't really know how on earth it happened. It was bonkers. It really was. But also, in terms of our schedule, in terms of how we did get on, after the loss to Dortmund, we took on Leverkusen away. Got a very respectable 0-0 draw. I was pretty happy with that. It was not bad defensively. We were really, really good offensively. Not great, but we got the job done. Got a point away at a very tough side. And afterwards, we took on Greuther Fürth, one of the newly promoted sides in the Bundesliga. We beat them 2-0. Really comfortable showing. Goals from Sikowski and Skletterberg. Was really, really happy with that performance. And in the Bundesliga currently, we sit in 9th place, which if that was to finish this season, I'll take 9th. And yeah, we got 4 points. We're doing all right. I'm not upset. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. Very, very bang average. But hopefully we can get a good win today. We take on a tough old side in Werder Bremen. Of course, the side who got into the Champions League last season. That will having a great start to the year this time around now. But in terms of how we are going to line up, it will be as follows. It's Rosic in net, the Serbian keeper who we brought in last episode. I'm not going to start Schultz just yet. I don't want to rush him into the team too quickly because he's obviously young and literally just arrived. It's then Lidin, Arnu and Liuzio at the back, Bruckner at right back. It's then Garcia as the defensive midfielder, Franco as left back, Zakowski and Hikmet Gumus. Or I may have to just give him a nickname. If you guys think of a nickname for him, let me know in the comments because I'm just going to butcher his name every single time. They're going to be starting in midfield. It's then Pellegrini and Zakiri starting up front. We do have Lucas Mühl on the bench and also a few other players, but Schultz isn't making the bench today. I will probably play him in the Europa League match, which will be happening, of course, in next episode. But this is going to be our only match of today's video. Let's get into it. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we can get a good result here up against Bremen. We have to give a number 2 Hikmet. He wants number 8. I can't give him that, so I'll give him number 17. And Lucas Mühl can have number 15. That's fine. Okay, in we go for our team talk. We are away, so I'm not going to be expecting too much. But Krapikas is starting for Bremen. Okay, Titus Krapikas, the former hero of Kaiserslautern. Will he be a villain today? Or will he let a few goals in and, let give us 3 points? That'd be nice if he does manage to do that. But the match preview, there is the Bremen side. They go over 4-2-3-1. They got some decent players in there called Davy Selke, the striker who scored against us last time out. And then ourselves playing with the 5-3-2. 2. Come on, lads. Let's get a good result here. Let's get another win on the board, maybe, or at least try and get another draw. Go 3 games unbeaten. That'd be really good before we get into the Europa League. Okay, we begin the match. So far, so good. We've had 1 shot. Bremen have done nothing, which is always... Oh, as I say, they've had a couple of shots, but none on target yet. So that's at least a positive. Deary me. I'll be honest, guys. As I mentioned just a few minutes ago, I will take like top half this year. The board only want mid-table, so it's going to be tough thing to get back in Europe. There's a highlight here. Rosic, though, good little claim there. He did play the last 2 games we have done in the league, or I think he definitely played last game because there was a talk of Krapikas leaving, so I didn't play him. And he played quite well. We kept a clean sheet, which was really good. Got a 7.5, I think, rating. I think, oh, hang on, Zakiri here. Come on, Zakiri up against Krapikas. Oh, I think Krapikas made the save. Oh, what a bastard. What a bastard. Oh, dear me. But to be honest, though, with Rosic, he's looked all right in the games he's played, as I was saying. And, of course, we've got Schultz to bring in and trying to slowly bed in. So, I think we're in a good position. I mean, they're not as good as Krapikas on paper, but then again, Krapikas wasn't great last year anyway. So, I don't think we're going to be missing out on him too much anyway. This game has been really quiet. Other than a Zakiri chance, that is all we have seen. We've had an XG of 0.24. Bremen had an XG of 0.74. We haven't seen any highlights on them. But yeah, not much to really talk about in this game so far. Let's go into the dressing room now. I'm going to say to them, we've been the better team. I think we haven't been bad. Of course, we're the only team to actually have had a highlight. I'm going to say you weren't that bad at the back. No one really cared. Midfielders, I say, not happy with their playmaking efforts. They haven't done enough. I'm also the same to the strikers as well. Hope that give a bit of a kick up the backside and go out there and get a goal in the second half. Because defensively we haven't been bad. There's been nothing to see from Werder Bremen. But okay, as I say that, there's a highlight here. We have cleared it. Zakiri with a bit of a weird acrobatic effort to clear the ball up the pitch. Okay, come on, let's not concede now. We've been pretty decent so far in this game. I will take another 0-0, much like the Leverkusen game. It's an away match after all. Okay, they're keeping the ball quite nicely here, are Bremen. Mbom to Grazo, who actually nearly signed in the summer window. He was available on a cheap, but I didn't go for him in the end. That was a really poor ball from Franco. That really, really was. I may sub him off for that because that's annoyed me how bad that pass was. And Rashika here, it's blocked. Okay, this is a weird highlight so far. Is this going to be a chance for us? No, it definitely isn't. It's definitely going to be a Bremen chance. Agu here on the right. Oh, Liuzio. Liuzio, who is captain today, because I think he's our vice-captain. And he just absolutely screwed that up to give away a stupid pen. It's obviously going to get given because he didn't connect with the ball there at all. I don't know why he needs to go to the monitor to check this, but he's going to give it. Of course he is. And oh, what a surprise. Penalty awarded. Fun, fun, fun. And who's stepping up? Selke, is it? Mbom, I think the midfielder for Bremen. He's stepping up. Is he going to score? Yes, he does. Rosic does go the right way, but doesn't get there, unfortunately. But we're going to make some changes then. Franco offered to Chiara and Bruckner off as well, because they're both not playing particularly well. We'll change both of our wing-backs up and also change up probably one of the strikers pretty shortly. I don't want to make all of our subs too early in case there's any injuries as we go on in the game. I may also change up how we're playing, but there's a highlight here. Ludwig with the ball. Zakowski now, who did score in the last game out, which is good to see. He's been put in. Zakiri! Oh, it was really just a half chance. It was not a proper chance there from him. He's not great in the air, Andy Zakiri. And Krapikas started with the ball there. Plays it out short. Now Agu on it. The second half's definitely be a lot more action-packed. That's sure. That's a really poor ball. But Liuzio, come on. He's lumped it up. Lovely touch on Pellegrini. Come on, Pietro. Yes, he scored his first of the season. He beats Krapikas in there. Good, good goal. It is 1-1. We are back on level terms. A really good goal from Pellegrini. A really good ball as well. I'm not sure who played. I think it was Liuzio with the assist. If I remember rightly. Was it Liuzio? Yeah, it was. He has got good passing in his locker because he is more of a defence midfielder rather than a centre-back. So, really good assist there from Liuzio. And a lovely strike to beat Krapikas in net. Fantastic stuff. I'm going to probably sub Zakiri off. I think we are going to do it. We'll get Skletterberg onto the pitch. He scored in his last game as well, much like Zakowski. Maybe another goal on the cards for him in this game. Into the last 15 minutes, there is a highlight. Rosic here to Liuzio, come on. Plays it to Lidin. Now Zakowski, come on. There's a decent... Oh, I was going to say there's a decent run being made there from... Oh, now it's gone to Ludwig. Here we go, come on. What's he going to do? Kylian Ludwig, who's been very decent in the games in which he's played. There's a nice little run there. Oh, my days, what has he... He just left the ball. He just left the ball. There's way too much space for Rashika. Oh, it's going to be a goal. What a block. Was that Arnu? Oh, it was. What a fantastic block that was from the central defender on cover. Fantastic bit of defending from that man there. I thought that was a guaranteed goal. As soon as Rashika sweated it across, the old FIFA sweat, I thought no chance. But a brilliant block, a goal-saving block, and I think we're going to get a point from the game. Indeed, we are. A very respectable 1-1 draw. We probably FM'd them a little bit, but I don't really care because I think Bremen had 20 shots to our 5, I think I just spotted. But, oh well, doesn't matter. They didn't put their chance in the back of the net, whereas we did. Come on! Fantastic stuff. Really, really good stuff. In terms of the league, we are still in 9th place. We're now on 5 points instead of the 4. Decent stuff. Of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are going to come back straight away for next episode. We're going to kick off the Europa League in next episode, and we're also going to take on the local rivals in Mainz as well. But of course, that will all be coming in Monday's episode. Overall though, guys, that brings this video here to a close. And as I mentioned earlier, our deadline day was just bonkers. It really, really was. I think, generally speaking, though, the players who have left, we've massively improved on. Of course, the exception of Krapicas, but I think in the long term, it's going to be a big improvement. Of course, you have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. But hopefully, you agree with the players who've gone, especially for the prices, and you agree with who has come in to replace them as well. And of course, that game there at Bremen, pretty decent showing. I think the last 3 games have been pretty decent, really. Undefeated in the last 3, 2 tough sides played, and 2 points gained from them. And of course, next episode, the Europa League to look forward to, which I am really excited for. I'm hoping we can do quite well. We've got quite a decent group of Atalanta, Charleroi, and also Slovan Bratislava, I think. So we're probably one of the favourites to get out of the group, but we have to wait and see. If you did enjoy today's video, guys, make sure to drop a like down onto it. And of course, if you're not already and you do want to keep up to date with any of my content, do make sure to hit that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell if you don't find any of my content here on YouTube goes live. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time.